Hey there, travelers. Kaylee Cuoco here. Sorry to interrupt your music, great artist BT Dubs, but wouldn't you rather be there to hear it live? With Priceline, you can get out of your dreams and into your dream concert. They've got millions of travel deals to get you to that festival, gig, rave, sound bath, or sonic experience you've been dreaming of. Download the Priceline app today, and you can save up to 60% off hotels and up to 50% off flights. So don't just dream about that trip. Book it with Priceline.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
With PayPal, I can pay now or pay in full. No interest and no fees. Now feast your ears on this prime-cut musical meat. You can pay your own way. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Subject to approval, eligibility varies. Learn more at paypal.com/pay-in-4.
Hi, this is Derry from Honeymoon Suite, and you are listening to the Brutally Delicious Podcast.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
Hi. Good to see you again. I chatted with you, I don't know, a year or two back, I think.
Oh, awesome.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I am wonderful. Nice to meet you.
What's your name again?
Bruce.
Bruce. And where are you?
I am in Richmond, Virginia.
Cool.
Where are
All
you
right.
guys today?
Calgary, Alberta.
So you're not on the road?
Yeah, we are. We're playing
Oh.
a show here tonight. Yeah.
Gotcha. I thought there was a hotel there.
Yeah, I'm in my hotel room now.
Excellent.
And
No,
it's Bruce.
Yeah. So let's talk about Honeymoon Suite. The new record is out. Wake Me When the Sun Goes Down. Just about out, right? About, I don't know, a week from now, 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Did you ever imagine you'd still be putting out, like relevant records this far in the game? I mean, because I grew up with you guys. I remember when you hit the scene back in, I want to say 85. Am I close?
Yeah, 84.
84. Okay. Yeah, that was right in my wheelhouse there. So I kind of grew up with you guys, but that's a long time to still be putting out relevant music, right?
Sure is.
You ever imagine that would still be happening?
No. Didn't think we'd be going that long, but I'm sure glad that we're still going. I mean, either way, I'm going to stay in the music business. I'm a lifer. So fortunately, I found a band that just keeps going and going, and it allows me to, just continue to do what I do.
So how do you, when you're writing, how do you consciously not write the previous record, right? Because you've got so many records in now. You don't want to alienate the Honeymoon Suite fans, but you also don't want to write the same record. Does that make sense? How much thought goes into that, or is that like a natural progression?
It's just natural. It's not a conscious thing where I'd listen to the last album and say, "Oh, we can't sound like that." I write what I write, or we write what we write, and it always really an album is just kind of a snapshot in time of where your band is at that point, and the songs I think reflect that. I don't think that we've ever done the same record twice, and that's not by design. That's just the best songs we had at that time, and I think that's a good thing. So I don't know, but at the same time, we have a brand, if you will, or a sound and a loyal fan base. So we're not going to alienate those people and try and be the flavor of the month. And because it's the 90s, now we have to do a grunge record,
Right.
We're a melodic rock band, and that's our sound, and that's what our fans love about us. So we're going to stay true to that.
That's great. And I imagine your shows are going to be multi-generational now, right? Because you've got people like myself bringing probably even their grandkids. Oh my God. Yeah. It used to be, they brought their kids, now they're grandkids. Yeah, that's right. But, hey man, time moves on, and in our audiences, there are our original, like our older fans of our generation. They have their kids there, and now, like you say, grandkids. But hey, there's a lot of younger people at our shows, and great music never gets old. And I think the young kids are discovering our music. Why isn't it as good now as it was in 1984? If a good song is a good song, and I'm not
relating that totally to us. I mean, you look at the classic music from the 70s and 80s, Beatles, Stones, Fleetwood Mac, that stuff is still great, you know, and if you're just discovering it for the first time, why isn't it as good?
Right. No, that makes total sense. A good song, like you said, is a good song.
Yeah.
And I know because I'm bringing, you know, my kids, and then they have kids now. So I know going to these shows, I'm like, wow, this is kind of cool how the torch gets passed down. And I think once that music gets into you, it's into you, right?
Yeah, well, there's some music of a certain era, 60s and 70s, and it does sound a little dated, and it's hard to listen to, the psychedelic stuff. But then there's the evergreens, the classic songs that just go forever. Beatles is a perfect example. You know, we've been lucky to have that string of really, you know, of singles and hits that just keep on getting airplay, and I'm really happy about it. Don't take it for granted, and it's a great thing, can I say?
So you guys have been a melodic force for like 4 decades now. If your 80s selves could time travel to hear this new record, what do you think their reaction would be?
I think it would be cool as hell to hear it. It's a different, the new record, again, like I was saying earlier, we have a sound, a brand, if you will. And I think the new album is totally Honeymoon Suite. There's some rockers, there's some ballads and some mid-tempos, but it stays true to the melodic rock vein. However, the production is a little more modern, so it's a nice marriage of our classic sound, but it doesn't sound dated. There's some cool, it's fresh sounding production-wise.
Right. What are you planning on? Are you on the road this whole summer, or where are you in the tour? Pretty
much this time, at this point in the year, it's a lot of festivals and things like that. It's not a tour where we're on a bus every day. It's mostly the weekend stuff. So yes, the whole summer is like that.
And Canada's pretty hard to traverse, right? I've heard like from like Montreal or somewhere to the next going west, it's a pretty barren space. That must be terrible to travel like that.
Yeah, well, Canada's a huge country, but there's not a lot of population. There's not a lot of major cities. So yes, if you're on the ground, you're driving 8-10 hours between major cities. But fortunately, we fly. Most of the stuff is fly in, fly out. So we're not doing that much driving like the old days.
Right. What's been the response to I Fly so far? Pretty good response overall?
Yeah, really good. I mean, there's no record sales yet to speak of because it just doesn't happen anymore. So we rely on the feedback from our socials, the Facebook and Instagram, and people love the song. So that response has been really encouraging.
How do you think that transfers to, you know, like record sales and that kind of stuff? It's funny how we've evolved, like where everything is on social media, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, very few bands are selling records or vinyl CDs anymore. That's just not the market. It's all streaming now. And unfortunately, music is basically free. So the whole business has changed from in the 80s. And now the money is in touring and merchandise. So we'll still sell vinyl and CDs at the merch booth, you know, at the shows, but it's not like it's in record stores across the country. You know, that's just not the way it is anymore, unfortunately. But you get it out there somewhere, you know, streaming and yeah.
So how does that make you feel then when you're sequencing a record? Because I think there's like a lost art to sequencing, right? Because you want that ebb and flow and take fans on a journey or whatever, but when they're consuming them single at a time, but you still have to kind of sequence it for a record. What does that make you feel like?
Well, it is a single. The public's appetite is, and the attention span is very short. Nobody really listens to a whole album anymore because there's so much music out there. So if they listen to one of our songs, that's great, or two of our songs, that's fine. But if they're going to buy the album, an album is still an album. I still love the album. I still love vinyl. And I was looking at a chart the other day that the worldwide sales for vinyl is shot right back up, like to the hundreds of millions to to almost half the point it was in the mid 80s. So vinyl is making a huge comeback. Wow. Nothing beats getting an album. That's what I grew up in. An album that's this big, and you open it up and you pull it out and you read the credits. I think people are really digging that again. So when it comes to
everything.
Yeah. So at the end of a project, yes, you got to sequence the album. So that's a bit of that takes us a few days, because you got to listen to all the songs. And I took my time sequencing, and I think it flows good.
Yeah. I think that's just like sort of a dying art, because everybody's just shooting for, by necessity, the single thing every 3 months or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, why even put albums out anymore? But we do. We have still a loyal fan base, and right now our deal is with Frontiers, and they're all about albums, and we did a 2-album deal with them. So this is the second one we're delivering. So if they're willing to step up and finance it, we're willing to put a record out, because we may not sell 100,000 copies, but it's still more new music out there. And it may find its place in a sync, like in a movie or some other place. Get your music out there, because you never know what can happen with it.
Right. So what's next for you guys then after this summer tour? Are you doing more singles? After I Fly, like the traditional 3 singles or something like that?
Yeah. Yes. So I Fly. So we just shot a video for a song called Way of the World, and that'll come out to coincide with the release of the album in a couple of weeks.
Okay, cool. And then you have more touring plans for the fall, or you're going to take it easy after that?
No, the fall is traditionally pretty soft, but this fall is good. We've got stuff in September, October, and November, and even December. So as far as I'm concerned, I'll tour year round. I'll do 200 shows a year if they're there. So the more, the better for me. This year is actually getting pretty full.
Do you find the rigors of touring getting harder as you're getting older? We're all a certain age, or because you're doing the weekend fly-ins, it's not that bad?
Yeah, no, it doesn't bother me at all. I can't wait to leave. I don't like being at home very long.
Right.
I like being out there. Yeah, the flying and the traveling and the food and the hotels. Yeah, that can get a little shitty. That's the work part of the job. But hey, man, everybody's got to go to work. But on the other end, we get to play, shows. And it doesn't, at this point, it doesn't bother me. I'm still excited to get out there.
That's great. So that's going to bring me to the end of my questions. Wake Me Up When the Sun Goes Down is the 25th, right?
Yes.
Excellent. And before we go, did I miss anything you wanted to cover? I think we went through pretty much of it. That's
it. There'll be like I said, there'll be a video. We shot a video for Way of the World, so that'll be coming out with the album. So that's another aspect of something that's a forgotten art. It used to be all about video. So now we're shooting videos again, which is kind of strange, after all these years. But hey, people want them, so we shot a couple videos.
I mean, you guys started right in the video age, right? That was MTV in its infancy, wasn't it? 84.
Exactly. Our timing was perfect, coming out in 84 with Much Music in Canada launching the same time as MTV.
Oh, right.
It was all about the video back then, and that really helped our success just go through the roof with the video and the radio component. Our timing was really great.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely remember, rushing home to turn on Martha Quinn and JJ, what was his name? JJ
whatever. It's all about the video, man, and it just helped the whole thing. Like every band, really benefited. Yeah. Became instant rock stars,
So, really weird question, and you may not even remember, but what's the first? Do you remember the first video you saw on MTV? Because for some reason, I clearly remember "Love Stinks." Who the hell is that?
J.J. Giles.
Jay Giles, yeah.
Giles,
like
Jay
Giles, right? We'll get something right.
MTV, that's a good question. I can't remember. I just remember seeing New Girl Now on there for the first time.
How was that? That was crazy, right?
We were down in Pennsylvania somewhere, opening for Quiet Riot at some festival. on the on our first tour in the States. And after the show, we opened, and after the show, we went down the street to a bar. And I was sitting at the bar with the boys having a drink, and there was a TV over the bar. And the sound was down. All of a sudden, I see myself. And it had MTV on, and I'm, holy shit, New Girl Now is on MTV. That's a real thrill, man. We're in America. So
that is amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That's great. And now you're back to video again. So maybe what goes around or what comes around goes around, whatever the hell that saying is.
Well,
maybe we'll go back to it.
The old MTV is gone. MTV's not MTV anymore.
Wow.
There needs to be a video channel that plays videos.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Good videos, because now you have because you go back and watch the older ones, and they weren't 1080 back then, and they're not like a lot of new videos would be great. A 24/7 with the, what they call them, VJs.
Yeah, with VJs. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I'd love to have that back. Anyway, sorry for taking your time and going down a rabbit hole.
That's okay. Good talking with you.
Thank you, my friend. It was great chatting with you. Actually, thank you for the music. I mean, you've definitely been the soundtrack to, my formative years. One of the first, early on with those videos. So I was right there glued to it. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah. Good luck with the tour. Is there any coming to the States, or is that a no-go right now? It's a wide open, a wide open thing where I've lived in the US for like almost 25 years, and I really miss playing down here. We do a few dates a year, maybe a boat cruise or two, but we're working to play. I would love to play in America a lot more. So no, it's not. We're not against it at all. I'd love it. Yeah, we're looking. Awesome. Have a great day, my friend. Travel safe, and we'll talk soon. All right, man. Thank you. Cheers. All right. Bye.